Alright guys, back with another video. So today I got a video from Pierre and it's called Take Back Control of the Border and Save the Canada-US Trade. Now this is a message that a lot of people wanted to hear more from about Pierre, so we're going to have a look at this video. It's a bit longer than usual, it's 5.5 minutes, but we'll definitely break it down after like usual. So let's have a look.
Borders. They are the protective arms wrapped around a people and a land to stop foreign threats and protect against enemies. They mark our place and stake out our ground as a people and country. But in 9 years, the NDP Liberals have lost control of our borders, letting drugs, guns, and terrorists threaten our people. Part incompetence, and part their radical, borderless, globalist, post-national agenda.
Speaking as a European.
Here are the facts. Fact, after 9 years of Liberals, gun-related crime is up 116%, with Toronto police saying that over 80% of the gun offenses use illegal firearms from the United States. Fact, the Liberal government only inspects 1% of shipping containers coming into our country, allowing drugs and guns to sneak through in the other 99%. Fact, the Liberals let in multiple ISIS terrorists to Canada, including a man allegedly filmed cutting up a human body on a crucifix in the Middle East. The same man is now charged with planning a terrorist attack in Canada. Fact, the Liberal government admits it has lost count of the number of people who are in Canada illegally. But one government report estimated that it's anywhere between 20,000 or 500,000. But it could be more. Fact, 49,000 Canadians have died of opioid overdoses in the last 9 years, with many of those deadly drug ingredients coming in over our border through our ports from China and Mexico. Fact, Canadian security services have identified 350 organized crime rings operating within Canada's borders. 63 of these groups have international connections to China, Mexico, and other nations. Fact, in British Columbia, police recently discovered a super lab containing enough fentanyl and materials to kill 95 million people, more than killing our entire population twice. Fact, in the year leading up to September 2024, U.S. border agents seized 11,600 pounds of drugs coming from Canada. Fentanyl seizures tripled between 2023 and 2024. Even our neighbors have noticed. President Trump's administration has raised concerns and has put that as a rationale for imposing tariffs on Canada. These tariffs and these threats are wrong and unjustified, but it should not take a leader of a foreign country for the Liberals to scramble to fix their disastrous broken border policy. I will take back control of our borders. My common sense, Canada First plan will, 1, immediately deploy military helicopters and surveillance to the border to spot and intercept risks, as the Canadian Forces Chief of the Defence Staff, General Jenny Carignan, offered this month. 2, expand powers of CBSA border agents to patrol anywhere along the border, not just at official border crossings. 3, hire 2,000 new CBSA border agents to intercept illegal crossers, drugs, guns, and other dangerous lawbreaking. 4, install high-powered scanners at all major land crossings and shipping ports. These scanners can see through walls of containers and vehicles to spot drugs, guns, and stolen cars. 5, build border surveillance towers and deploy truck-mounted drone systems that can spot border incursions. 6, we will track departures from our country so that we know which people who've been deported have actually left. We'll pay for this program of border security by slashing wasteful programs like the Liberal gun buyback, which proposes to take away rifles from law-abiding hunters and off-duty police officers. And despite spending 4 years and $60 million, this program has not taken a single gun off the street. Ending this scheme will save $600 million, money that will go towards securing our border against illegal guns, which are to blame for 85% of crime, according to the Toronto police. I want to protect Canadians from criminals. The Liberals want to protect turkeys from hunters. But we're also going to cut billions in pricey consultants and phase out thousands of back office bureaucratic jobs through attrition. That is to say, we will not fill all the positions vacated by those public servants who voluntarily retire. Less bureaucracy and waste. More boots on the ground and choppers, drones, and surveillance in the sky. We'll let lawful people and goods in, and we'll keep drugs, terrorists, and other threats out. And we'll save our trade with the United States. Simply, common sense conservatives will take back control of our border and put Canada first. Now, let's bring it home.
I'll be honest with you, that might have been his best ad ever. That was fantastic. Sorry for the length. I know it was a little bit longer than usual. Usually the ads are, a minute or two long. But, the first thing I want to say is every single person that I know, and I know quite a few people who, whether they collect guns for collection purposes or for hunting purposes, they all simultaneously hate Justin Trudeau. There isn't a single person who knows anything about guns who likes Justin Trudeau. Kind of interesting. So, the first thing he talks about is the NDP Liberal, the lack of border control. And that's the problem, right? And now, of course, today, Trump has paused the tariffs because Justin Trudeau called him and said, hey, here's our plan. It's like, hey, dummy, why didn't you do this 2 months ago? Like, why did you wait until everyone's freaking out, Canadian hockey fans booing the American national anthem at the games? Which, by the way, classless. People always say Americans are classless, and yet Canadians keep showing them up. Some Canadians, anyway. Obviously, that's not all of you, but it's just embarrassing, and everyone's panicking, and, we need to buy Canadian. It's like, and I keep telling people, the only way the tariffs happen is if Trudeau decides to let Trump hurt us. It's Trudeau's job to protect us, and, well, it seemed like he wasn't going to, but now it looks like he's come up with a plan, and Trump's paused the tariffs for a month just to see how things go. So, here we are, rather. It takes Trump, the American president, to get our prime minister to do his friggin' job. What does that tell you about Justin Trudeau? Then he brought Pierre Poilievre brought up some really interesting crime statistics. Violent crime is up 160%. Sorry, 116%. Violent gun crime, with 80% of those guns coming from the U.S. border. 1% shipping containers that come in from foreign countries are checked. 1%. You see how many containers come in? There's like thousands of them. So of course it's easy for things to slip through. They actually lost count of illegals. And they put out this ridiculous range. It's somewhere between 20,000 and 500,000 or even more. So basically we have no idea. What kind of a range, what kind of a guess is that? 20,000 to 500,000? Like, can you get us a little bit closer? It's just, it's insane. 49,000 drug overdoses. That's got to be a record. 350 organized crime rings in Canada. That's insane. Super drug den had enough fentanyl to kill 95 million people, twice our population. So they can kill everyone in Canada twice with the amount of fentanyl. That's wild. And by the way, you'd be surprised how little fentanyl that actually is. You'd think you'd need, warehouses and warehouses filled to get, like, a little bit of fentanyl goes a long way. It's insane how powerful that is. And then Pierre Poilievre, of course, brings out his plan to secure the border. And as you can see, it was very, very detailed. Very detailed, well thought out. And this is the message that I wanted to hear Pierre Poilievre, and I wanted to hear it put out exactly like this. This was great. I'm so happy that Pierre did this because, there were some people, including myself, who may be a little bit critical of him for that. But this, kind of shut us all up because now he's actually addressed it alone in a video without mentioning tariffs, which is what we wanted to see. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is Pierre Poilievre's best ad? Do you agree with me on that? Please don't be shy. I really enjoy engaging with you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps grow the channel. Also, I have a new Twitter account an X account since my old one, I guess, is no longer available. and that is at Dan Freeman, capital Y, capital T. So go follow me over on X. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.